Alright, we're live. Sorry for the wait. Let me get the overlay up. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna see how long my voice lasts. Went to a concert yesterday, so it's somewhat gone. We'll see how much longevity the voice has. But today we've got a big game. We couldn't let that get in the way from doing a stream. We've got the Nets and the Sixers today. Another big game on the cards. Joel Embiid is playing. There were question marks surrounding whether he would be good to go. If I get the starting five and the injury report up, it is basically the same. We're not missing any role players. Dayron is out, but obviously he doesn't really get any minutes. A game like today, he probably doesn't get any minutes either, but is what it is. Same starting five as per usual. But, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through a couple key statistics that I found in the last couple of days. First and foremost, Kyrie was interviewed by the media about KD's absence, and he said this. This is just a message for everyone at home. First option, second option, third option. It doesn't matter to me. The objective of this team sport is to win basketball games, not identify one person to carry everybody every single night. So basically, Kyrie just seems unfazed. You know, it's all about the team first mindset, and Kyrie has really embraced exactly that this season, whereas in past years you could really question his motives, his priorities. So it's really good that Kyrie is now on side. We move forward. Kevin Durant seems to be out for 2 more weeks with 8 games in that period. Philly, Detroit, New York, LA, Boston, Washington, LA, and Phoenix. So it's not easy. I would be happy if we go 3 and 5, 4 maybe. So that's just a little thing to note. And then the best Nets lineups since KD went down. The number 1 lineup is Kyrie, Seth, Royce, Ben, and Clax. And that lineup is giving us a plus 32 net rating. 136 on offense, 104 on defense, which is nuts. The starting 5 tonight gives us a net rating of plus 23.8, which is excellent. 116 on offense and 92 on defense in terms of rating. So that's incredible for a starting 5 that has players in it that are often questioned, for their deficiencies. So it's pretty good that we've got a pretty big disparity there. Gabriel, hope you're doing well. And what else have we got here? Nick Claxton has obviously been in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. And so here's a key statistic that would help your judgment as to whether he deserves it or not. Nick Claxton has defended more isolations than any other player in the NBA this season. And when opponents try to score against him, they shoot only 38%, which obviously is an exceptional mark to hold shooters. It's actually pretty nuts if you think about it. So 38% for any player that is guarded by Clax. That is well below league average, and that really just pays testament to the hard work he's put in, the impact he's making. Yeah, and obviously this Nets team has improved as a whole, and we've really fed off Clax's defensive energy. Even with KD going out, the defense at times has been a bit off, but every single time Clax is in the game, it ultimately makes a difference. Hence the reason why the three best lineups since KD went down, Clax is in all of them, and the defensive rating is 105 or lower. So that's decent. Two of them, we have a defensive rating of 92 or under. So that's really just speaking volumes about exactly what Clax is doing on the defensive side of the ball and how much of a drastic impact he's making, even without KD on the floor. So the ultimate defensive anchor, if you say that he's not a worthy recipient, even if you say that Jaren Jackson has got it in the bag, I understand why you would say that, but at the same time, I don't think the gap between those two players is that big. So yeah, for those who have tuned in, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing exceptionally well. Big game today against Philly. This one would be win number 3 in a row if we can get it done. Obviously, the other night against the odds, fell behind against the Warriors with about half a quarter to go by about a dozen and managed to rally our way back into the game and ultimately got the victory via a few clutch buckets. Also have seen some reports that Joe Harris, Seth Curry, and Patty Mills are all on the market and actively being shopped around, which is probably expected. I've seen a lot of reports that we're proactive in going for Naz Reid. John Collins has obviously been thrown around, as has been the case for like a couple months. Bojan Bogdanovic is another name, but that one I haven't really seen many reports about him going to us. And then obviously the Kuzma report is probably gone because of the Rui trade, which happened in the days between our last game and this. So, look, Rui is probably a player that I would have liked as a depth piece. Also saw some reports this morning that Will Barton is apparently going to be a buyout option for us. And ultimately, if he can fill like the very lower, if he can manage the lower part of the roster in terms of, that 13th to 15th, those spots on the roster, then we've got a really deep roster. Because Will Barton is very inconsistent, but he is a capable NBA player when he's switched on. So, yeah. Yeah. So, share your thoughts about who's going to win this game. I think it's going to be a pretty exhilarating match, I would hope. Yeah. So just share your thoughts about the game as we go on. I don't think Seth should be traded. Joe probably. I mean, the problem is, with the it really depends when you want to cash in, because Joe's trade value is probably near its lowest. Seth Curry, hasn't had a peak season, but he hasn't had an awful season. He's had some really good games in there. So it's really up to the buyer's discretion as to what they give up for a specific player. So I don't really know, but it's going to be a really interesting way in which the whole transfer window plays out. There hasn't been a lot of activity, so I don't know if that means it's going to ramp up right at the end, or it's going to just remain at a stagnant pace. I'm not sure, but we are very close to tipping off, so enough of the transfer talk. We're going to get the game ready. I did go to a freaking concert last night, so I'm not sure how long this voice is going to hold up, but we will try to preserve it. And if that means I need to speak more sparingly with my play-by-play and be a little bit less, over the top, then so be it. But we'll see how we go. Starting five for the Sixers, they've opted the last few games to play Maxi off the bench, which I don't know if that's worked for the better, but they've got DeAnthony Melton starting in place. They've got the expected four players: Embiid, Tucker, Harris, and James Harden, rounding out the five. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I do think DeAnthony Melton's definitely getting the assignment on Kyrie. That seems like a no-brainer. Clax, this is a huge test for Clax because we know, obviously, how good he's been this year. Last time we played the Sixers, we got absolutely spit roasted. And that was without Embiid, that was without Harden, this and that. So we had our full team in that game, and we got utterly embarrassed. That was about a month or so ago. That was well before the run. Yeah, that was about a week before we went on that huge 12-game run of wins. So I don't think... I think it could be very intriguing, this game. Because obviously the previous result would be very misleading for a number of reasons. It's now flipped basically the other way. Sixers full strength and we are not. How long do you think it will take for Ben to get back to his original form? I mean, if you had to put money on it, you'd lose every time. Because it's so unpredictable what that guy's going to dish up on a game-by-game basis. But look, however long it takes, I mean, there's been some games where we've been severely exposed, and especially in this stretch of games, we've needed Ben to do a little bit more than his average output. But for the most part, we haven't, seemed hindered by his failure to do certain things. So we'll see how we go. We're getting ready to kick things off in this game. It is going to be Clax and Embiid in the jump, and we will be on the call. So make sure to show your support throughout the stream. Share your thoughts in the chat, and let's get ready to rock and roll. All right. So tip-off is won by the Nets, and we are off and running. It is Kyrie Irving bringing the ball up for the Nets. The pass to Clax on the perimeter, and there'll be some off-ball movement. Kyrie is getting picked up by Melton, as expected. A good defender. O'Neal. 1-2 with Clax. Royce with the hesitation. The floater is off, and the rebound by Embiid. And we are off and running. With pace, Harden dispatches Harris, and now Melton in the corner for three is good, and we know he's a good three-point shooter this season. He has emerged as an excellent 3-and-D player. So is Royce, and he knocks down the three, except that was no secret from his seasons prior with the Jazz. So 3-all. 3 responded with a 3, and now we have a little push, and it will be Kyrie with the foul. So 3 apiece early going in this contest, and it will be a side out for the Sixers. And Harris to inbound. So we're going to see Harden with the ball in his hands. Ben is picking him up on the outside. Is that going to be the assignment we see? A switch with Embiid, so now Ben is on Embiid in the post. And the Sixers crowd very vocal, and Embiid misses. Embiid missed the putback, and now we have a foul under the basket. Tucker will shoot 2 free throws, but that's a good sign, I guess. I mean, if that's how Ben is going to be with Embiid, Clax in there with the help defense, I'm more than happy. Because it's not going to be a matter of stopping Embiid. It's going to be a matter of making Embiid's life very difficult. So Tucker shooting free throws, and the first is good. And look, we've just got to do as much as we can to make Embiid's life hell. So second free throw. Do we have Brooklyn chants already in the building? I don't know if I'm tripping, but I feel like the Brooklyn fan base has been felt a little bit more in away venues. Kyrie nearly lost the ball. Clax regained it, and now Royce. Clax fakes the pass, and now gives it to Kyrie. Picked up by Melton. Pull up mid-range. That's good. And we know he's been on absolute fire in recent memory, which has led us to some recent success. So we're going to need that again tonight, with Kyrie as the clear number one on this team. Embiid on Ben again. Clax in there with the help. Embiid lost the ball, and it's a side out on the baseline for the Sixers. But once again, Ben defensively. Excellent work. Excellent work, Ben, with the active hands. And now Harden way too wide open on a three. Joe just got completely removed by Tucker. Embiid is fouled by Royce on the rotation, and it will be 2 free throws for your boy Joel. So it's look, Embiid already getting free throws is well, I mean, to be expected. Embiid's a bit of a free throw merchant, but at the same time, if this is the treatment we're going to give him all day, there's a long way to go. We've played 2 minutes of action, and already Embiid has been well amongst it. But he's he's been pretty. Well, our treatment of Embiid has been pretty decent thus far. Ben's played 2 very good possessions and enforcing misses. It's going to be about boxing him out, though, because, yeah, he's a huge man. So, Joe, pass to Clax, gets into the paint, lost the ball, got it back, and then the push shot is good. And Clax, who's coming off a 24-point, 15-rebound game against Golden State, kicks things off very nicely. Harden here. No look to Harris in the corner, and the 3 is good. And that's what happens when you overcommit on the steal attempt. Ben, you can have open shooters around the court as the Nets scramble to pick up on the rotation. Now Kyrie, 3 in the corner. He stood on the sideline, and it would have been a miss anyway. So, first turnover of the game for the Nets, with the lead at 10-7 Philly. And now James Harden will bring the ball up. Embiid in the paint. And once again we have a foul. And this time it's Ben picking it up. So we've already fouled Embiid 3 times. And surely you've got a better freaking strategy than this. I understand the aggressiveness, but there's a difference between balancing aggressiveness and discipline. And today, well, That's a very good point. It's a very good point. Embiid, well, they gave him a shooting foul when, let's have a look. Embiid wasn't even shooting, and they gave a shooting foul. That's a fucking load of bullshit. That is rubbish. Oh, well, it's 11-7. It's going to be Philly's free throw after the timeout. Here comes the BS, indeed. What was the concert? The concert was an underground... Well, he's not underground. He's actually a YouTube musician / producer named Mark Rebier. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's batshit crazy, but it was one of the most electric and only concerts I've been to. So, if you're just feeling like shit about life, just listen to this guy, and his energy is through the roof. And it was absolutely buzzing yesterday. But enough of that. We're talking about basketball. The refs everywhere are so referential to superstars except ours. Well, it's a bit hit or miss. Like, there's some superstars get it more than others. Steph Curry doesn't get a whistle the majority of the time. I mean, Golden State Warriors fans would argue that, and I don't really watch Warriors games, so yeah. Um, but yeah, Kyrie and KD. I mean, our whole team don't get calls at all. Granted, I'm glad we've won a couple of games, but man, do I miss KD, just his effortless shooting. Well, yeah, can say it's not as pretty watching Nets games of basketball, but it is once again signs of a good team if you can win games the hard way. You know, if your shooting's not grouse. But even so, I mean, Kyrie's been the clear number one, but there's been some role players that have really delivered in the last couple of games. So it's just about, we've talked about this so much during the season. It's just about finding different ways to win. Sometimes you'll require your superstars to perform, your role players to perform, your bench players to perform. You'll rely on good offense. You'll rely on good defense. You'll come from, you know, you'll be facing a deficit and you come back. You'll be leading and then the lead diminishes and you've got to hold teams off. So there's been so many different ways to winning games. But we've done a pretty good job in, succeeding in facing adversity like that. Facing different situations. So, oh, fuck off. A technical on Jacques Vaughn, bro. That is a joke. That is rubbish. Why? That is... Lucky I don't have a voice to, like, properly waste my energy, but... That's rubbish. So, we get punished for arguing the point for something that's completely valid. What a joke. What do you think about KD coming back for the All-Star game? Well, if he's good to play, then he's good to play. I mean, I don't really have anything to say. But I do like the fact that they're doing a live All-Star game selection where you pick the players on the day of the game. It really gives pick-up game vibes, like schoolyard basketball vibes. Just it really works. It really works. I actually think that works even better than just selecting players just generally. Free throws were converted by the Sixers. They had a technical mixed in there with 2 free throws from before, so they have a 6-point lead. Kyrie is definitely fouled, and there will be free throws and 2 shots for Kyrie. I do think today is going to be the day that, well, Kyrie's got to be aggressive at getting to the free throw line. D'Anthony Melton's going to make life difficult, and there will be a lot of physicality there. So I think you've just got to knuckle down and just drive to the rim at every opportunity. KD should get the credit for that. He mentioned that like a year ago on his podcast. Well, yeah, it's a genius idea. It adds a little bit more novelty to the All-Star game because these days it's like the dunk contest definitely needs a bit of a revamp and an overhaul because they're getting in players that aren't going to attract as much attention. Kyrie split the pair, and the Sixers are going to get into an offensive set very quickly. It is Embiid facing up Clax on the left side. Well done by Embiid, but we overcommitted, and Harden for 3 is good, and you cannot be leaving James Harden wide open. Ben, Clax, Kyrie, gonna drive. Alley-oop, Clax, and Embiid was not ready for it. Clax finishes off the excellent pass. Melton for 3 is good. Are you taking the piss? They've got 19 in under 4 minutes. Are you taking the piss? Royce into the paint. With the little flip. He got it. I thought he was passing it to Clax for the alley-oop. But it works nonetheless. 2 points. So we've scored 8 points in the paint. The Sixers are already in the bonus. So we've conceded 19 and we're also putting him in the bonus. That is just excellent news. So, look. Oh, my life. You left Harden open. You gotta fucking, like, leave. Just, Joe, what are you doing picking up Tucker? I understand Tucker very smart to do a nice little backdoor cut, which sort of meant that the Nets needed to hold him accountable, but James Harden wide open for 3, ain't it, Chief? So, Tucker makes number 1. And Joe also has 2 fouls, so there's going to be someone that's going to need a few, probably extra minutes. Tucker's made all 4 of his shots at the line. So, Ben getting booed by the crowd, to no one's surprise. Kyrie, top of the key, going to drive, pull up for 2, and he got it. Falling away, and the lead is back down to 7 for Philly. So once again we have the switch. Kyrie peels off his man and gets the steal. And now Kyrie in transition. Joe is wide open for 3. He got it. And offense has been the name of the game in this one. 38 points between both teams in under 5 minutes. Embiid trying to foul bait on the 3. Doesn't work. And now Harden on the outside picked up by Clax. Meaning Ben is yet again under the rim on Embiid. Excellent defense, Clax. Forces the pass. Tucker in the corner. And Joe nearly fouled. But that is excellent defense by Clax. And now Kyrie. Royce. Kyrie picked up by Harden. Royce into the paint. He's going to roll it back out. Get it to Kyrie, who went baseline. And with the reverse, the dipsy-do. And it is a 2-point game. So a 7-0 run for the Nets. We have missed 1 of our 9 shots, keeping us well in this contest. And we have another foul. And it's going to be on Royce. So I think that's also his second foul. So we've got to stop with the fouls, man. But right now, the offense looks excellent again. So free throws. We've got Brooklyn chance in the arena, which is awesome. Free throw 1 for Toby is good. And I think we have our first subs of the game. So Royce on 2 fouls. And also Joe on 2 fouls. Ben needs 20 points this game. He's not going to get it. Let's be real. Tobias Harris has got both free throws. The game is sitting at a 4-point margin. Seth Curry is in the game. That pass to Kyrie was very loose. Kyrie, bounce past Seth, and back out to Kyrie. The high screen is going to be set by Clax here. Corner for Seth, wide open 3, got it! And I don't know how Seth Curry was wide open for that because, you know, that offensive set wasn't very inspiring or innovative or really unique. Melton, excellent work to get through. And Clax is going to get pinged for the goaltend. He somehow recovered to get the a hand on the ball, but just marginally too late on that. And yeah, too late for Clax. And that was probably, yeah, not something you wanted to do. I don't think the shot was online. Kyrie, good off-ball movement, gets him open. He missed it, and the rebound by Embiid, and off we go again. Pass to Melton, who's wide open again. They're pushing the pace, and the game is now a 6-point lead for Philly. Kyrie to respond. Did he not get fouled? It ended up in Clax's lap, and he scores for 2. The scoreboard, the timer is not aligned, so don't, yeah, take that with a grain of salt. That's, well, does that even make sense? What's going on here? We've got a foul on Ben. Bro, we got to be more careful with these fucking fouls. This is just a joke at the moment. And Ben just, once again, I don't know what he was thinking there. But we've got free throws to Harden now. Basically half the starting lineup's got 2 fouls. And I tell you what, Dayron not playing today actually is probably not an ideal thing, I'd have to say. Because potentially with Philly's backup center in... Does Montrez still play for Philly? I don't even know. But if he was playing, Dayron may have gotten some minutes. It's probably going to be Markieff Morris, the enforcer, getting minutes, if anything. But Harden gets both. And so with 5:20 to play, they've got 30 points. They've been to the free throw line fucking 13 times already. We've had 2 free throws. That's where the difference is at right now. We're shooting the ball fucking amazingly, but there's the problem, the free throw counter. Royce back to Kyrie. Excellent turn. He looked for the alley-oop. Clacks with an excellent take, and it will be free throws for him after he was fouled under the basket by James Harden. So right now, as mentioned, the free throw disparity is where the difference is in the game. They've had 13 free throws, and they have made it count. They haven't missed once. The Nets are 1 of 2. Kyrie, the only person to make a trip. And now Clax is off on the first free throw. So we've got to make those count. If we're going to get to the free throw line, we need to properly go to work. But look, the offense is actually flying. We've scored 24 in 7 minutes of action, and usually that would be seen as a good outing. But the problem is, as mentioned, oh, we have a lane violation again. Once again, Clax basically, I mean, he's a mastermind. He gets free throws for the price of 2 with that really shoddy free throw release. And will he make it count? Yes, he will. So, oh my God, there's a technical. That is the softest tech I've ever seen in my life. I don't care who you support in this league. That is the most ridiculous tech I've ever seen. So Harden grabs the ball after the Claxton make and threw it into the basketball rim stand thing. And immediately was a technical. And so we've just got an extra point out of absolutely nothing. So Clax missed 2 free throws in that sequence, but somehow we ended up scoring 2 from the line, which doesn't make any logistical sense. So Harden on the perimeter. The game sits at a 4-point lead for the Sixers. Royce is under the basket on Embiid. That is not good. Harris for 3. That's off, and we have Clax getting the rebound. So he's going to really need to use the engine in order to box out Embiid tonight. Whether he's guarding someone on the perimeter, he's going to have to really get in the paint quickly. Kyrie took a shot. Embiid got knocked down badly. And Kyrie is going to take a bit of time to get up. That was a hard fall. The Philly fans are not happy. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, that's a blatant no. That is so far from a call for us. Kyrie by no means was fouled. He just fucking flung himself to the floor. And it looks like he's not going to use the challenge. Refs, you suck. Bro, shut up. You've literally got 13 free throws in a fucking quarter and you have the audacity to say, refs, you suck. Oh, that is ridiculous. So, I'm not going to disregard the fact that that was a completely garbage call by the referees. Kyrie did not get shoved over by Embiid, yet they called the foul. But the audacity for the crowd to say, refs, you suck, after you have gotten 13 free throws in a quarter of basketball. I don't want to hear it. Let the refs cook. Well, yeah, look, we're in charge of our own demise here. We ultimately, I think every single one of those free throws is completely warranted that the Philly team have got. Because we've just been really, really careless with our discipline. Yeah, Kyrie just lost his footing on the floor there. I mean, that could be a vital foul down the line, but look, obviously I'm going to take those. I can't really argue and say I don't want the 3 points. Kyrie scores both. So play resumes with 4:30 to play. The game sits at a 2-point margin. It is James Harden on the perimeter. And now Niang to Embiid. He's got Royce on him on the baseline. Claxus to go in to help. And Embiid lost the ball. Excellent defense, Royce. And obviously giving up plenty of size. Claxton was thereabouts to, serve as a presence. Seth Curry going to shoot a 3 off the Clax screen. Foul +1! And the lead is in the hands of the Nets. 4-point play for Seth Curry. And right now, our shooting is absolutely ridiculous. That's a good screen by Clax. Tyrese Maxey overcommitted after falling behind in the meeting his match. And Seth Curry will be shooting one free throw. That is our first lead of the game. And right now, we're actually bringing the heat. Despite conceding 13 free throws, we hold the advantage. So we've had a couple little 7-0 bursts in this quarter. And that free throw marks an 8-0 run for the team in the last minute. So we've got Milton on the floor now and Niang and Thibault. The Nets have got Utah on the floor and the same for Sumner. Embiid, Clax with the block! Embiid got discarded and we turn it over. They get it ahead to Embiid. That is fucking cheese. That is so shit. Oh my god, Clax. Jesus Christ, that was the most vicious block I've ever seen. But I tell you what, bringing the ball up, we should not have fucking screwed up a 5-on-4. Clax was completely by himself. Embiid was not even in the play. Not even remotely in the play. He was on the other fucking end of the floor, on the deck. We're going to see the replay. That is a mean block. Embiid was down, and ultimately it ended up being a cherry pick. And he was able to score the easy 2 because Seth Curry had absolutely no hope. So, Jesus Christ. Clax is a man on a mission this season. I tell you what. Do not go in there. And there's a little bit of chit-chat between Embiid and Clax. Oh, we're going to tech on Embiid. I think I did see the technical motion. Embiid has a few words to say, but I tell you what, Clax's defense is doing the talking. Every single time Clax has been on Embiid, he has not gotten it easily. Embiid just has words, man. I'll tell you what, Clax. Yeah, that was a... Oh, so it was a double tech. Of course it was a double tech. So Royce is going to get a second free throw, and the free throw is out. It rims out. So we've got a 1-point game late in the first quarter. We've had the game's been lived at the free throw line. Both teams have combined for 23 free throws. Nets have evened up the ledger. It's 13-10. Thibault's 3 is well off, and Royce brings it up. You give up those 3s all day. So Seth Curry going to get it here. Royce is a wide open 3, top of the key. And it's well short. Utah swoops on the rebound. Seth Curry now ends up with it. Utah. Sumner in the corner. Driving kick. Seth Curry can feed it out to Sumner. That pass was a bit off. Sumner's going to pull the trigger and knock down the three. And we are on fire. And the Sixers early on looked like they were going for 50 in the quarter. And look, we've done very well to bring things back. Maxey going to drive. Lose his footing. Get it to Thibault in the corner. The spin to Maxey now. He pulls the trigger on the three. And Seth Curry did not even fucking contest that. I don't know what he's doing there. Half asleep on that. You've got to defend Maxey on the outside. But so far, so good. Ben going to drive. Curry lost the ball. It's going to be a deflection. And it's going to be Nets ball. So, 36-35 the score. It has been a very high-scoring game. A very entertaining game. And that is going to be our first time out in some time. Let's have a look at the box score. If you are enjoying the stream thus far, make sure to show your support on it by liking the show. And also, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe if you're new. We will be doing another stream tomorrow night for Nets Detroit. So make sure to tune in for that. We will be here from, I think, the same time. I think that's when the game starts, or roughly the same time. So make sure to tune in. We will be here from 15 minutes before tip, or roughly around that point. Let's have a look at the box score, people. I didn't realize my camera was so dark. Let me just fix the exposure on that. There we go. That's better. Okay. So we'll fix the exposure. And now let's head over to the box score. And if I can get the actual box score up, that'd be excellent. You can see right now Kyrie is led from the front. 10 points for him, 7 for Clax. Has done excellently well in the first quarter, given he's playing on Embiid. Good defense in there. A vicious block on him. And Royce has knocked down a three-pointer. So, good stuff. Seth Curry has not missed. That's also excellent news. We're going to need that. And our shooting has been excellent. Excellent. You've got Philly here. D'Anthony Melton's top scored for them. Amazingly. With 11. He hasn't missed. The really positive sign, though, is even though they're shooting ridiculously as well, we have held Harden to 6. And we've also held Embiid to 6. He's shooting 1 of 5 from the field. And I would say that 1 of 5 is very... Well, I would say that's probably speaking volumes about how we've played on Embiid today. It's been a really well-concerted effort. Clax has basically made sure that he's near him at all times because, you know, that's basically essential if you're playing on Embiid. And with a team that is so heavily dependent on switching, Clax is going to need to be on it. Like, gonna need to be in the vicinity of Embiid at all times because Royce... To be fair, Royce has really held his own for quite some time in this game. But, you know... he can't do it all. Royce is giving up a lot of size, so Clax needs to be there at all times. And we saw with that crazy block that Clax was able to execute. You know, it's not going to be by any stretch easy. Now, this is a key period in the game because we've done well to hold up the offense early, but it is about not falling off with Kyrie on the bench. And in past games, we've seen the issues with Kyrie on the sidelines. And this is also the first night of a back-to-back. We've got Ben in the game with Royce, Seth, Sumner, and Utah. Seth with the pull-up mid-range, and that rims out. So, first missing quite a while. And we're going to need Seth to knock those down, especially with, obviously, your boy Kyrie on the bench. Maxey with the floater. That's off. Rebound Ben. He was assisted by the rim. And now Sumner will bring it up. He's got an excellent burst of pace, which he now uses. He bounced past it to Ben. The handoff back to Sumner. And then he passed it to Ben. It was a bit high for him. And then he kicked it out to Utah in the corner. Please fucking shoot it, Ben. Utah airballed it. But it's a foul on the floater. And it will be Utah going to the line. But Ben, bro, you had a fucking open layup. To be fair, the Sumner pass was a bit shit. It was a bit lofted. But Ben needs to try the floater there. Yeah, that's definitely a foul that he's been hit on the arm. So Utah shooting a couple free throws. And part of the reason we've gotten back in this game is because of the free throws. At the very start of the game, well, even as recently as about 5 minutes ago, Philly had the advantage 13-2 on free throws. But we have basically evened that out. I think it's 13-12 now. So we've been able to get the lead back on the back of getting to the free throw line more often and keeping them off it. And we've benefited much more from it. Shake Milton with the excellent drive off the he scored off the window. Royce gonna drive and kick. The pass to Sumner was tipped. Sumner nearly lost the ball, and he's gonna slow the play down a little bit. Never mind, that's not possible. And then he threw it away. Maxi nearly lost the ball. Who's picking him up? Maxi shoots and scores for 2. Again, and the lead is back with Philly. So we've just got to slow the play down and just calm things down a little bit. Nope, Seth Curry's going to go for the 2-for-1. Knock it down! Oh my goodness. Seth Curry is on fire. He's in double figures. So we've got a shootout at the moment, 41-39. We could see both teams with 40 points at the quarter's end. Maxi with the cross, Maxi with the pull-up from the elbow, and he knocks that one down. So there we go. 41 apiece in this quarter, and Seth Curry will bring it up. Is he feeling it? He just fucking passed it to no one. He thought Edmund Sumner was going for a backdoor cut, but the pass was never on. And it will be a side out with 4 seconds to go. So we're shooting 72%, fam, in a fucking quarter. Sixers shooting 55%. Maxi is going to have to get a, well, Jacques Vaughan wanted to travel, but he's not going to get it. Quarter time. That is an excellent quarter. But the free throw counter is just off the charts at the moment. I mean, both teams have scored in double figures or gone to the free throw line a dozen times each. You can see the Sixers have got 11 from DeAnthony Melton. And, well, everyone's contributed, but it's the free throws. I mean, irrespective of the shooting, which has also been excellent, the free throw count is off the charts. 13-13 for the Sixers, 9-12 for the Nets. We've scored 6 threes on 8 attempts, which is also nuts. The shooting is crazy. The turnover counter is something we probably need to fix up a little bit. 4 turnovers there, and they've only had 2. So a couple key metrics which are sort of swinging the game in their favor, and then again, we're also swinging it in our direction. 10 to Seth Curry off the bench. It really remains to be seen whether or not our rotation will go beyond a rotation of 8. But you know, regardless, we've done a pretty good job thus far. 10 to Kyrie, 10 to Sumner, 7 to Clack, 6 to Royce. It's been pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to complain about. I mean, we scored 41, apart from the fact that we've defensively conceded 41 points. A team that's been had so much pride on their defense. We haven't really brought the heat in this quarter. So the key this second quarter, I just need to fix the... Is that going to go up? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, because it's a little bit off, I think. There we go. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so that was quarter 1 done. We've got to reset the timer. But thus far, let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. 41 apiece. This game ending after 5 hours? Yeah, probably at this rate, yeah. Granted, I think every single Philly game is the exact same. I would be very interested to see what how many free throws they're averaging as a team. I'm actually gonna search that one up because I would imagine Philly are probably near the top. Player free throw stats. Well, let's have a look. This is okay. So Embiid. Wait, let's have a look. Free throws made. Yep, Embiid's the number one. James Harden's only averaging 6 free throw attempts a game, which is actually low for his standards. But anyway, second quarter about to get underway. And as I said, thus far, I'm pretty happy with what's going on. A couple of you are saying that Seth is better than Joe, and we love Seth for this reason. Well, it really depends. I would hold Seth, but it depends if the package is going to better our team in the long run. Would I give up Seth for Naz Reid? Probably not, but I don't know. I feel like we need to get someone like Naz Reid in. But we don't exactly need Naz Reid to do a hell of a lot if he was to come to our team, because Clax is always going to be in there. But to have a backup center who's capable of scoring, and he can shoot an odd three is a good thing to have. Excellent defense by Clax. He forced a miss by Harrell, and now Kyrie, who's already in the game. So interesting allocation of minutes. Warren didn't get a minute in the first quarter. He's getting some early second quarter action here. Kyrie back to Warren in the post, and he's going to back him down, shoot the fadeaway, and score for 2. And the shooting continues. Some Milton on the outside. The high screen by Harrell, and the roll is not utilized. Now it is. Joe's on him in the post. Milton on the outside picked up by Clax. And now Montrez in the corner picked up by Joe. Clax is probably going to peel off the help. And that is way too easy. I mean, obviously Joe, I mean, I'm not really expecting him to be able to defend Harrell every single time, but he's got to be better than that. He can't just let him, like Harrell, just maneuver his way around. Seth Curry gonna drive. He's picked up by Maxi. It's good defense. Joe gets past Niang. Seth catch and shoot 3. Clax with the board. The kick out to Joe, and now he's gonna get in the paint. Nearly turn it over. Got it back. He gives it to Warren. Mid-range is short, and a rebound Milton. So a little bit of a disjointed possession by the Nets, and now Milton will drive, get it to Thibault in the corner, and there's a foul on Joe. I don't know what Kyrie was doing there. Thibault was his assignment, and unfortunately, no one actually really had any care towards picking him up, and thus it forced a late rotation by Joe Harris. So that is 3 fouls on Joe. And look, as much as Joe is a bit of a traffic cone on defense, offensively, he does offer a lot in terms of spacing the floor. So, Thibault going to shoot a couple free throws. And they will have the lead at the commencement of the next possession. Thibault makes both. And it is a 45-43 lead. So, Clax is going to bring the ball up. So Clax looking for a pass. And Thibault does excellently well of making life difficult for Kyrie. Kyrie lost the ball. How the fuck is he not fouled in there? I mean, good defense, but at the same time, thought there was a bit of an arm lock. Maxi got the 3, got the roll, and bit of luck involved in that, but they've nearly got 50 already. And it seems like the Sixers have no signs, or are showing no signs of slowing down. Kyrie, one-legged 2 on the baseline, is ridiculous. 9:30 to play second quarter. Milton early offense, reverse is good. And the Sixers, as I just said, are not accepting no for an answer. Warren into the paint. Joe cut to the basket. Excellent move. and Joe scores off the window. So defense has not existed in this game. Thibault is left alone, and that is a 3. And I feel like Jacques Vaughan may call a timeout at the next... Well, at the next opportunity. So 53-47. Kyrie going to drive again. Foul. And it will be 2 shots. So, look, Skyline, as much as they are tearing apart our defense, we're doing a pretty good job of completely disregarding the fact they have a defense as well. Kyrie is getting a crap ton of attention. And even so, we've also been able to, you know, go toe-to-toe. So, it's been a very entertaining contest. I think that's a great way to put it. Free throw 1 is good for Kyrie. Alright. So 8:50 to go in this quarter. And both free throws are good for Kyrie Irving. So, as much as in the Nets camp, they are probably wondering, how on earth do we stop Philly? Well, at the same time, Philly are probably wondering the same thing. Milton, Curry tried to go for the steal, overcommitted, miscreated by Clax, but they got the kick out, and then we didn't box out again. Milton gets the offensive board, and they can reset for a 3rd consecutive possession. Maxi step back 3. Oh, you are taking the piss. He's gotten the bounce on the last 2 threes. Oh, fucking hell. But that is... Well, Seth Curry, I mean, he just got a wide open 3. The seas parted. And he's obviously going to take that every single day of the week. Maxi has just gotten everything he's wanted. He shoots again. And we can't get the board. No, you can't be serious. The pass was so fucking high for Harrell. And Seth Curry is pinged for the foul because he pushed Harrell. Harrell's never getting that. And that is... The last 2 possessions were forced misses initially, but... The misses have been that bad that... It's actually ended up... Well... If it was just a regulation miss, we would have actually got the rebound, but the positioning of... where the ball landed just didn't favor us. Maxi, oh my god, the shimmy and the 3. Maxi is going berserk, and we have a foul. Nope, not a foul, a timeout. No, we don't. We're still going. But the Sixers have scored 10 threes on 67%. Clacks to the corner for Warren. We pass around the perimeter. Seth Curry dribble and shoot, and he misses the mid-range. Got to drive it. Clacks did have a bit of space to work there. Harrell. Fucking hell. What are we doing? Oh my god. It's a 9-point game. Do we have another technical? Clax is talking so much smack. He's got to be careful because he's already on a tech. Who does Harrell think he is? Well, I mean, he cannot really talk. He's got Kyrie Irving on him and is acting all Mr. Tough Guy. But I can't, blame the Sixers. They have played an exceptional brand of basketball today. You got to give credit where credit is due. And as much as we have, you can possibly make a claim that refs are, favouring them, this and that. Their players have really stood up today. And Maxi, well, off the bench, he's been an absolute spark plug. For the Nets, Kyrie's been awesome. The team's been pretty good. I mean, I can't lie. Look at how we're shooting. Excuse me. Look at how we're shooting. Look how many free throws we've gotten. Any other day, that is an exceptional fucking game. That is... the fact that we've already got 50 with still over half a quarter to play, that is... You cannot complain. The problem is the defense, man. Like, look at this rubbish. We've given 16 to Maxi already. And that is their shooting. Killing us on the boards? Well, it was really only the last few possessions they really did that. They're only out-rebounding us by 4, but if it wasn't for those offensive rebounds on, what, the last 2 possessions, then we're okay. You know, it's probably an even ledger. But the problem is just the shooting and the free throws. I mean, they've just simply had more. They've had more, like 4 more free throws made, and they've had, what, 3 more threes made. And that's 7 points in itself. They've had 6 more shots, made 1 more. So that's literally it. It's the shooting. That is all. They've had 6 offensive boards, which obviously isn't ideal, and we've had 3, so you can't really... It's a really, like, tough one to gauge, but I don't think we've played awfully... I don't think we've played awfully at all, except the defense. The defense sucks, but at the same time, they have made their fair share of shots. And a fair share of good shots. Like, sometimes it's just offense prevailing over defense. There's been some where they've been way too wide open, but there's been some that are just knocking down some big shots. So we've got a free throw for Kyrie. We've got a free throw on the back of a technical from Montrez. A little bit of chit-chat on the sideline after the timeout, and it could have easily been a second technical and game over for Clax, and it probably would have been game over for the Nets. The defense would have been absolutely lackluster the rest of the way. If they gave Clax the second technical, usually you have a bit more leeway with the second technical. It usually takes something drastic. But Clax in the paint, and the excellent Euro for 2 through James Harden, and Clax is playing like an all-star at the minute. So Harden the pass to Melton, and now Maxi, and now Melton again. We've got Kyrie on Harrell in the paint. Melton going to drive on Clax. Excellent defense. Kyrie did very well. And we have a shot clock violation. And that is excellent work by Clax. I'm telling you, every single time Clax has to guard somebody, it just invariably has resulted in a miss for the Sixers. Like, it's no coincidence that every single fucking Clax defensive possession results in difficulty. Kyrie for 3. What is he doing? Kyrie wasn't even close on that 3. That was a heat check type 3. Embiid in the paint. The kick out to Harden. We've got Ben, Kyrie, Clax on the floor to go with Warren and Utah. So an ultimate switch lineup. Harden going to try to... a little bit of shake and bake. Harden into the paint. Step back mid-range. That is short. Rebound Ben. And now we can move the play. Utah. Drive. Pass. Kyrie. Gets past the closeout. And they read the alley-oop. It wasn't on. The bounce pass to Maxi. It's a 3-on-1. And Melton with the easy dunk. I mean, at that point, you don't even bother contesting. So, got to fix up the turnovers. That was a really careless one to give away. Something we love doing is trying to pass the ball when it clearly isn't on. Utah into the paint. Picked up. And he moved the pivot foot. So another turnover. But at least this one was a dead ball turnover. At the same time, though, I'd rather not have a turnover at all. So it's going to be Philly ball. They have a chance to get into double figures. It is the second quarter. We've had 7 turnovers to the Sixers 3, so we haven't really been able to force much. Harden on the outside, picked up by Warren. Harden gets through. The kick out to Tucker. One more to Embiid. And Clax was a little bit hesitant on the pickup, and he's going to regret he didn't because a 3 goes down for Embiid. And right now, there's no answers. Kyrie to respond, and he got the bounce. So there must be something with the Philadelphia rims, because every single time a 3 is let go, I mean, 3 or 4 times today, it just is getting the lucky shooter's bounce. Harden one-on-one with Warren, the ISO, and it will be a foul on TJ Warren, who's been on an island a couple times with James Harden. Why is my scoreboard really messed up? So Philly lost a point and we gained a point. So it's going to be shots for James Harden. Free throw 1 is off. And obviously he's not really renowned for doing that. Those who are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support. Like the show and subscribe if you're new. We're back tomorrow for Nets Pistons, the coverage of that game. So if you want to stay notified, make sure to do your due diligence and subscribe if you like the content. Alrighty, so Simmons going to hand off to Royce. Ben rolls. Shoot it, Ben! Extra feed to Clax. Looking. Ben, push shot. He fucking missed it. And they are fucking vocal on that. Embiid to Harden. They are feral, dude. And Embiid is just too big, too strong. And I just can't help but think, do we need to try the 3-2 zone? Because we cannot afford to switch on Embiid. In the game against Phoenix, oh my god, excellent work by Clax. He read the block on the 3 that was shot by Royce, and he was able to just follow it up and score the little reverse. But in that game against Phoenix, we were dominated by Ayton in the first half. We employ the 3-2 zone, and we come crawling back. Excellent backdoor cut. PJ Tucker, he missed the reverse. So yeah, I reckon that's possibly something we go to. Jacques Vaughn is renowned to hold off the adjustments till the second half, so Philly can't make adjustments at halftime. So that's a good idea. Seth Curry misses the mid-range. I mean, we've got Kyrie on the floor, so you probably want to do a little bit better than that. Actually, we don't have Kyrie on the floor. Harden was a little bit crazy with the dribble. What are you fucking talking about, James? No chance that's Philly ball. Oh. Actually, it may actually... James Harden may have a point. I apologize to James Harden. What the fuck is going on with the points, man? So, Philly just got an extra point out of nowhere. I don't know what's going on with the scoreline at the moment. Ben, Seth Curry, pass to Clax. He fakes the pass. The hook shot is off. Got his own rebound and put it in. And Clax is not fazed by the occasion. He has been excellent in this first half, despite Joel Embiid definitely being a mammoth task to contain. Embiid throws it down. And he too's got to be careful. He's also got a technical. Ben, oh my fucking god. The passing is a mess. We've actually got... I feel like we're actually playing too fast for our own liking. And I do think the Philly crowd, as much as they are feral, and we don't like that, that is exactly what you want as a home team. You want your crowd to be spurring you on and simultaneously unsettling the away opposition. And simultaneously, if you're playing well as the away opposition, you know, you are... If you silence the crowd, that has a huge effect on how the home side perform, because they at times probably rely on the crowd to, be fully invested. So, look, right now we seem very, apart from like Clax and Kyrie, we seem a bit unsettled by the occasion. We're a little bit all over the place the last couple of possessions. So we just need to calm ourselves down a little bit. And with Philly very, like, Philly are very vocal. So obviously that's going to be something that, it's going to be a difficult mountain to climb. But look, this is yet again what I continue to talk about in terms of adversity. We have this, you can add this to the list of things we've had to deal with. We've got a 9-point deficit. We're facing a crowd that's incredibly feral and very supportive of their home crowd, which you don't blame them for doing, because simply, what do you want them to do? So overall, like, I'm yet again happy that we're facing stuff like this, because we ultimately, come playoff time, we play a team like Philly, we're going to have to face this. This is going to be it's going to be a part of the experience. So you've got to, it's better to learn things along the way, so then you can apply it in the times that really matter. So 2:37 to play in this second quarter. If you are enjoying, make sure to show your support in more ways than one, and subscribe if you are new to the stream and you want to see more. We've got a watch along coming tomorrow night, so that will be the case for all upcoming Nets games in the foreseeable future. In this period without Kevin Durant, I believe we're doing the next 6 or so games. You will see that on my left, your right, all the games that I'm covering are in alignment with all the games that are being played. So, yeah. Gee, Montrez and Nick Claxton have had a little bit of beef, it seems. A little bit of chit-chat in press conferences. So Tobias Harris now looking for James Harden. Oh, that is rubbish. Where the fuck was the foul there? Oh my life. That is some fouls that are justified. That one was fucking soft. You've got to be kidding me. Where the fuck was the foul there? Embiid picked up by Ben. He just fucking threw it away. He was trying to do a little rip. It didn't work. And now Embiid dribbled it off his kneecap. And now he's hassled. Throws up the 3 and it didn't hit the rim. Excellent defense by the Nets. And it will be net ball on the side. Ben, excellent job there. And I'll tell you what, whenever Clax is involved in a switch with Ben that finds Ben on Embiid, Ben has done really well defending Joel in the paint. Kyrie passed to Royce, top of the key, and he fucking travelled. What is Royce doing? Last few possessions, he's just been shithouse. He's been a bit shithouse, but obviously that's one of the things that he's just going to have to fight throughout this game. 5 turnovers in the quarters sort of halted our good momentum, and that's probably why the lead is where it is. See, this is what I don't like. Embiid is somehow on Kyrie. Harris, the push shot is good. And even if that was off, Embiid was right there to feast on that rebound. Seth Curry gets it to Royce, and now Clax. The handoff to Royce. Doesn't shoot the 3. Now he does. And I can't help but think that that's a rough shot. That's an awful shot. With Kyrie on the floor, you can't be doing that. Tobias Harris. Going to drive on Royce. Stays with him well. And forces a pass. And now Harden on the outside, picked up by Clax. Embiid now on Ben. Faces up. 2 to shoot. Good defense. Embiid airballs it. But fucking Tucker gets the rebound. Ben has been awesome on Embiid. But you've got to do the defense justice, bro. Fucking box out, bro. Seth Curry forced into a pass to Royce. It was very disjointed. Ben, you had a fucking shot. Seth Curry ball fake. That's an air ball. And Melton gonna push the pace. Ben, man, you've got to shoot those ones. You had the space. It was a 2-on-1 under the basket. And Embiid is picking up both Clax and Ben. If Embiid is going to permit you to shoot that, you've got to shoot it. Harden for 3. That's off. Rebound for Ben. And we've got 1 possession to work with. Royce gets it ahead. Seth Curry wide open. Ball fake. Wide open 3. He got it. And 10-point game. Embiid will get it in and let it fly from way downtown. The quarter isn't even over. He let it fly very early with about 4 seconds to play. And so we're going to actually have an opportunity to bring it in. And we're not going to shoot it. So that is quarter time. And 75-65 is the score at halftime. And look, can't say the defense was really that good in that first half at all, but the positive sign is there is a long way to go in this game. So, oh man, this is hang on a second. Wish Simmons had someone else's mentality like Clax. Well, I hope so too, but it just seems like it's gonna take a lot of time before you know, your boy gets going. It's all about mentality and mindset and confidence with Ben. We don't have time for him to gain his confidence again. Well, in a time where we don't have Kevin Durant, the problems are more outstanding and highlighted because obviously we need more from Ben. But with KD in the team, Ben is in a very good situation where he can slowly ease his way in. The problem is I don't think Ben needs an ease-in period, a long ease-in period, and KD and Kyrie being by his side allowed him to do that. But when KD has gone out, Ben hasn't, gone out of the grace period. Well, he has gone out of the grace period, but he hasn't gone, he still doesn't have his confidence. And in a time where we need him to adjust, he's not adjusting. Which is very triggering, but at the same time, it's just going to be one of those things we're going to have to deal with as a fan base and be patient with it because, quite frankly, what else? What other option do we have? I think if we can close the third out with a single-digit deficit, Kai can lead us to a win in the fourth. Well, I mean, history would suggest that, in the clutch, games decided by 5 in the final 5 minutes or less, we have an excellent record. So look, if we can, be within arm's reach at 3/4 time, I do have faith that we can come back and win. And look, it's going to start with the defense. It always starts with the defense because we've just seen in the past how, out the gates in the second half, we always seem to lift the defensive activity. And look, if we look at the previous game, very simply, we look at the previous game and we see what happened in the first half. We got absolutely spit roasted. I use that word a lot. Spit roasted in the first half. We conceded 72 points in that. And, things weren't... It actually was a bit of a different game because we knew that Clay and Andrew Wiggins weren't playing good games in terms of shooting. And so we saw a bit of weakness there. But with this Philly game, I don't see weakness tonight. So the key is we are going to have to, you know, I think in that first game, Steph Curry had 16 points in the first half. And he only had 6 shots. I mean, let's have a look at the box score, to be quite frank. This will sort of help us discuss where we need to get things right. Seth Curry's at a really good first half. 16 for him. The shooting's pretty good. I mean, I can't complain with that. Kyrie's got 18. Clax, bro. Clax has got 13 and 6 already. The guy is playing like a gun right now. It goes to show that these were all pieces for KD. Once he's out of the puzzle, the remaining pieces seem a little disjointed. Quality there, but life becomes more difficult, less chemistry. Well, yeah, that's the big issue out of all this is that the burden is raised for these role plays because, yeah, KD attracts so much attention, and those guys like Utah who get open looks when KD's in the game, you know, now he's forced to create his own shot and make more space and do more off-ball movements. And more plays that were centered around KD now need to be chopped and changed in order for other players to take on that responsibility. And, you know, yeah. As a parlay guy, our points legs are a delight for me right now. No one wants to play defense. Well, it makes your life very, very easy. But I don't know, is it over 240, under 240? I don't know if that's the line, but I do sense a defensive second half fight back again. Warren is ghosting, and Utah's hot streak ended. Well, yeah, that's exactly the point I'm making. Warren is one of those players that I feel like can go scorching or go on a hot shooting streak if he, you know, has that, you know, he has a little bit more room to operate, and players are a little bit more hesitant to pick him up because they know KD's on the floor. But now it's very simple. You guard Kyrie, you blitz Kyrie, and you know, things get a little bit easier. You know, you don't have KD knocking down buckets in players' faces, and then that forces you to put 2 defenders, 3 defenders on him. You know, we don't have that luxury at the moment. Sixers are a great offensive team, but poor defensively. They've scored too many points there. Well, yeah. I mean, look, Clax has been exceptional. Kyrie scoring 18 on 8 shots. That is a sign or a sight I haven't seen all season long. And he's gone a few technical free throws, but at the same time, I'm loving the work. Look, would I like to see Cam minutes? No. Not at this point in time. I think, as I've been adamant with in previous games, you cannot play Cam in a game where defensively you are so vulnerable with your best defensive team in the game. Like, if you think that we're going to turn things around with Cam in the game, defensively, no chance. Like, it's not going to happen. We're going to concede 155 points. If Claxton will continue to play this way, I think that all other teams will be scared to play us. Well, yeah, Clax is just he's probably a part of the big 3 that we anticipated with Ben. It's not Ben, it's Clax getting the job done. When will we have that luxury again? Well, 2 weeks' time. It has been flagged that we will miss about 8 games with Kevin Durant, or without Kevin Durant. So in that time, we'll be doing streams all throughout that period. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support and subscribe so you can tune in for every single one of those watch-alongs. Obviously, at your own discretion. If you have no other place to watch the game or tune into the game, we're doing it. We're going to keep you updated, because that's obviously the way this channel goes. We're just bringing the action to you if you can't access it yourself. Tyrese Maxey's got 16. Embiid's got 13 and Melton has 13. Melton hasn't missed. The good thing is, James Harden has only taken 4 shots. He's got 7 points. That is an exceptional win by this team. Embiid has got 13 points, but we are going to disregard free throws entirely. Embiid going 4 of 11 in the first half is testament to 2 plays. Clax, number 1, and number 2, Ben Simmons. Jacques Vaughn went into this game and said, let me put Ben on James Harden. Probably flagging that they're going to do a lot of pick and rolls with Joel Embiid and James Harden. And we love to switch. So, with that said, it's allowed us to defend Joel Embiid much better than, than other teams probably can, because Ben is, for some reason, he decides to rock up whenever Giannis is at the table or Joel Embiid. I feel like when Jokic is the guy we have to deal with, he'll do it again. But Joel Embiid, whenever he's had to play, like, he's faced up Ben Simmons or he's gone in the post against Ben Simmons, it's been difficult. He's shot air balls, he's shot short on mid-ranges, he's missed little push shots. Like, it's been really well done by Ben, and the same with Clax. Clax has just been, an excellent factor in deterring, a certain shot for some Philadelphia players and really forcing misses. So the key is stopping, like, the likes of Melton and Maxey. Do I think Melton's going to go lights out in the same volume as shots? I would like to see James Harden shoot more, because he's only had 4 shots and he hasn't shot the ball exceptionally well in that time. So we've just got to, like, lower that number. It's a very similar kind of game to the Warriors game. They were shooting lights out. We were able to claw it back, and we only conceded, 44 points in the second half. We're going to need the exact same thing in this second half, and the offense is going to need to hold up. You hear about the All-Star Game selections before the actual game. I love it. I think it's an excellent addition. It adds a bit more novelty to the way the things run. It's about time. Like, the dunk contest probably needs a bit of changing, as I mentioned earlier, but it's a bit hard to do that because the dunk contest is a dunk contest, So, I mean, you could try something different with the dunk contest and make it team-oriented. Potentially, like, that would be interesting. You have, like, a pool of dunkers, and you have to pick, a list of dunkers that you think, will do well. And you don't know what dunks they're going to do. So it's all based on the hunch you have that they're going to perform well. That's just a really, like, basic idea. I mean, I feel like a team type thing would be good. Or you could get, like, some legendary dunkers involved, and they can be the ones picking the teams. That could be cool. But overall, keys for the second half, it's just going to be number 1, defense. The free throws were improved in that quarter. We kept them off there, but the shooting just continued all the way through. The rebounding, currently it's 19 to 14. So we've probably got to do a little bit better there. The turnovers, we need to limit those. We only forced 3 and conceded 9. So once again, very similar to the Warriors game. In the third quarter, we clawed it back in that game. We were able to force a lot more turnovers and get a lot more good shots. So this is, well, you can see 43 shots to, let me get across to, 37. So the disparity isn't large, but we would like to see a few improvements in that area as well. But Clax, man, I've got to give the guy credit. 6 of 7 shooting, 6 rebounds, 4 of those offensive. He's also got a block in there. That was a vicious block on Embiid's dunk attempt. Overall, he's done really well. He's going toe-to-toe with Embiid. He's not backing down from the challenge. I mean, if you look at it, 13-5 to 13-6. And Clax is shooting the ball far more efficiently and hasn't had to go to the free throw line. So there you have it. It's a guy that's playing in a really, really good way right now. And it's ultimately like keeping us in the game. But the third quarter's about to get underway. Those who have tuned in, welcome to the stream if you're new. And those who are returning, hope you're all doing well as well. So let's get the third quarter underway. And we've mentioned like a broken record at the halftime break. We're going to need, to face adversity yet again. We're going to need to work hard. We're going to need to start things well defensively in this second half. We're going to need to see a fight back reminiscent of that Warriors game that happened a few days ago. It's all a learning experience without Kevin Durant in the lineup. We're constantly working things out on the fly, but yeah, it's going to be good this second half. I can sense a comeback. I can sense that we're going to hold Philly to under 125 by the end of the game. And ultimately that would work out to us holding them under 50 in the second half. Do I back us to, be able to make up the deficit holding them to under 50? Well, it depends on the pace of the game, but alrighty. Okay. Second half about to get underway. Ben and Embiid are talking a little bit of smack here, and I'm liking the feistiness. Harden. Now Melton. We've got a foul. It's an offensive foul, and it's Harden who picks it up. Ben drew it. Harden's not happy. And didn't he get a technical as well? So if he's not careful, he'll get the boot in this game. So Kyrie, and we've got a foul already. It's on Embiid this time. So 2 fouls in 17 seconds, and well, that's a good sign, isn't it? That is an excellent sign. Are you saying what I think you're saying, Nate Robinson to pick his own dunk team? Well, it sure would add a little bit of spice. I don't know how things would work, like, fundamentally. Ben gonna drive. Lose the ball. Melton secures. Ben's just got to be stronger. He just seems too soft. In the context of basketball. Harden. Now in a switch. Clacks on him. Harden gonna drive. No chance, dude. Harden obviously has a knack of making teams pay at the free throw line. And this will get the lead out to 12 with a couple makes. So 75-65. Harden going to shoot a couple. First free throw is good. And so the second free throw will be shot immediately. And it's good. So 77-65. So Ben in the third quarter last game really stood up. We're gonna need to see it again. Clacks. Kyrie at the elbow. Excellent extra feed. Clacks spin. And it's a foul on Embiid again. And Doc Rivers is disgusted by the call. That has to be a foul. No bias, but bias. So Clack's going to shoot a couple here. With 10:56 to play. Clack's once again getting offensive... Or not getting offensive rebounds. That wasn't the the case there. Clax makes number 1. But just being really strong in the contest. He had like 3 defenders, you know, around him. And was still able to hold the ball. You know, inversely, Ben, on that previous possession, just lost the ball. So Ben should be actually taking a page out of Clax's book, I have to say. Clax, once again, continues the trend of not being able to make 2 at the line. He splits the pair and now Harden. So we are playing 3-2 zone. This is what I wanted to see. And we've got a foul on Clax. So this is what I called for in the first half. Jacques was not going to employ the 3-2 zone until the 3rd quarter. And he's done exactly that. And now Melton in the corner. So, yeah, it's a 3-2 zone. And I do like this. Melton to the corner for Tobias Harris. And now one more to Tucker. And now Melton is going to have to shoot it. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. And Melton scoops it up and in. And that was a good play by Melton because the time was running out on the shot clock. And now Kyrie's going to handle proceedings. The pass to Royce. Good ball fake. Gets into the paint. The floater is good. And that's the way you want to play. That's pretty sensible basketball. Nothing complicated about it. And the lead's back down to 11. So Harden now will pass it to Harris at the elbow. And he knocks it down. And so I'm just liking the change-up. I'm liking the change-up. And look, Philly are going to have to navigate through this. And if they knock down shots, then fine. But at least we're trying something different here. Kyrie needs an option to bail him out. Ben's going to back down Tucker. Pass to Royce in the corner. And Ben gets it back. Cross into the paint. Spin. Push shot. Got it. First bucket of the game for Ben. And I didn't want to get to the basket there. But it was a good sign that he actually decided, yeah, I'm going to take it. We got a miss. And now Ben in the paint. Spin. Push shot again. That one's short. And a rebound Embiid. But Ben's taken a couple shots in the quarter. And now Embiid is going to not shoot the 3. Oh, come on. Free throws for Joel. What a damn surprise. So we'll be... Oh, it was a side out. Okay. So now Tobias Harris. Gonna feed Harden, who's left alone for 3, and he missed it. So the zone's getting a couple stops here, which I like. Ben discards Tucker, and it's a foul on PJ Tucker for a little bit of an armbar. So it's going to be shots. Tucker is not happy. I can really sense a technical in there. Ben is going to hear an absolute earful from the line or when he's shooting these free throws, and he makes number 1. So the free throws have somewhat improved in the last 10 games. They have, well, he hasn't attempted too many, but you know, the form looks decent enough. The second free throw, as I say that, well, he knocks it down. So 2 of 2. So a 9-point game, and we scored the last couple, you know, on the last couple possessions, forced a few misses. Melton goes baseline. Kick out to Harden. Good defense. Gets it to Harris on the wing. He gets past Royce. And it's a good score by Tobias Harris over the outstretched arm of Claxton. And now Kyrie. He's getting harassed. He's got 3 on him. Out to Ben. Shoot at Ben. And he gets the roll on the push shot. And now if Kyrie's going to attract 3 defenders, Ben, you have to take the fucking shot. Harden for 3. That's good. And we're going to get a timeout. So you would sense there needs to be a few changes made with that. that zone defense. So look, we've got to be a little bit more. You know, we've got to be a little bit better on the closeout, but you know, is what it is. But the good thing is we have actually gotten some points out of Ben this quarter. And look, Kyrie has not scored, nor has Clax actually scored a free throw. But you were seeing here. Look, Ben didn't have a point in the first half, but he has scored 2 of his 3 shots. And he's also scored both his free throws, which is good. That's good news. So it's just going to be a matter of him being really aggressive in the second half. James Harden has got the scoring going just a little bit in this second half for the Sixers. They're getting a lot of scoring from their starters. We need the same output if we're going to win this game. But the 3-2 zone is working out though. Oh, it's not working out, but it seems to be working a lot better. 7:52 to play. The Sixers had 75 at halftime. They've only got 11. I mean, 11 in 4 or so minutes isn't great, but obviously it's at a much better pace defensively than, you know, conceding 75 in the first half. We know Philly plays 100% against us because of their inner hate for Ben. Well, that could be one way to put it, but that's an assumption. We've got work to do, though. We've got to be just a bit better. We've just got to be defensively, yeah. I mean, I like the zone tactic because I think it works better to protect the paint, but on the outside, it's gonna challenge a lot of, you know, Philly's shooters to knock down the 3-point shots, and right now they're doing that. You know, against the Suns and against you know, Utah at times, that didn't work, and that's because they're worse teams. You know, they didn't have Devin Booker, who probably would have punished. And same with, you know, Utah, who didn't really have. Oh, they have a couple 3-point shooters in like Markkanen and whatnot. But right now, it's just about going on a run. I think if we can get a couple little 7-0 runs in there, courtesy of getting like a few stops in a row, then that'll do it. But Kyrie's probably got a lift. I mean, the thing is, he's getting like triple teamed, so it's gonna always be difficult to get a shot up, especially for a player who's like 6'1", 6'3", whatever the hell his height is. It was an indicator of the team playing well. You mentioned a number of streams ago when Ben scores 10 or more points. No, well, yeah, that is a known statistic that Ben or the team plays better when Ben scores more. So, I mean, I feel like Ben's going to get a lot more touches. Clax is going to take it all the way into the paint. He took it off the dribble from the 3-point line, and Embiid had no answer. I don't think he expected that. And that's probably a rough representation of, you know, the coverage that Clax gets around the league in terms of, you know, how he's playing. But Embiid responds with a little hook shot of his own. Ben pushes the pace, gets it to Joe with a little skim pass, and then he just threw it right to Harden. So we're not going to come back if we're turning the ball over that easily. And now Harden will get a high screen set for him by Embiid. And now the switch with Clax guarding Harden on the perimeter. 3. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. They can't fucking miss. Oh, my life. They cannot miss. I mean, you know, there's... At times, defense is only going to get you so far. We've got a defensive 3-second violation. Kyrie will definitely shoot that free throw. Right now, it's just a matter of Philly making more shots. It's really that simple. We haven't been able to force enough turnovers in this game Philly is scoring timely baskets at every opportunity, and you know we just haven't been able to score at a good enough pace because we're not getting as many possessions as them. You know, at times we've been able to force misses, and the offensive rebounding for Philly has been present, and we haven't been boxing out. But the game is far from over. There's a long, long way to go to turn this one round. 6:30 or so to play in this third quarter. Kyrie's got it. The high screen set by Clax. Kyrie was blocked by Melton from behind. And that's just basically the way things are going at the moment, isn't it? Harden. Switch again. And now Joe's on Embiid. That is the last thing I want. He does a little skip pass to the corner for Maxey and now gets it to Melton. And we're going to foul on Joe. Who, I mean, Joe has improved as a defender, but I mean, it's difficult for anyone to guard Embiid, let alone Joe Harris, who has no interior defensive ability. So, Maxey to Harden. To get the lead out to about 17 points. They've got 8 to shoot. Maxey, going to find Embiid. And what the fuck is Joe doing? Oh my life. 2+1 for Embiid. Why the fuck would you try steal that? It's so clear. He's a fucking steam train going to the basket. What are you doing? And Joe's going to have to go to the bench. He's got 5 fouls already. Granted, I mean, Embiid did an excellent job of shielding Clax and basically ensuring that he had, like, one leg up. Kyrie into the paint. Baseline 2 is good. And, 2s are awesome, but if we can't fucking stop them on the defensive side, then there's no hope. We've conceded 19 in the quarter already. Embiid going to be defended by Clax. Embiid, good defense by Clax. He forced a miss. And Joe's playing with 5 fouls. This is ridiculous. Kyrie pushing the pace. And there's definitely a foul in there. And James Harden and Kyrie have words for one another. Melton is also a bit confused. And Kyrie did put a little bit of mayo on it, but it will be Nets ball on the side. With the score sitting at 15, or the margin sitting at 15. Kyrie's going to get the side out. Clax going to give it back to Kyrie. Gets in the paint. Lost the ball for a split second. And now Seth Curry has it here. He's going to shoot a step back 2. And he didn't get the bounce. Oh, man. Harden. Philly's defense has remained disciplined, you know, even if their offense at times isn't working. Embiid picked up by Kyrie, and we have a travel, I believe. No, a foul. What? Where was the foul there? That was the most phantom call I've ever seen, unless I'll probably see something on the replay, but where the fuck was the foul there? And he's going to get free throws. They're in the bonus. That is rubbish. That's one thing that Philly have that the Warriors don't. You know, they've always got free throws right by their side when the offense may not be falling. I do like the balance they've got going, though, of playing Maxey as a sixth man. That seems to be working really well for them. Joel Embiid shooting 2 at the line, and he made both. So the lead is sitting at 17. I mean, I believe this is the largest lead of the game. And so Kyrie on the outside getting picked up heavily. Royce. They're playing a little bit of zone, it seems. A bit of 3-2 zone as well. A lot of off-ball movement by the Nets. O'Neal Oh, Utah with an excellent cut, but the pass went through his hands. It wasn't precise. And now Maxi, excellent jab step, and it is off. So we're going to have to go on a late quarter run, it would seem. Seth Curry, bounce pass to Clax, and the layup's good. So Clax, excellent roll to the rim again. And despite the Sixers, you know, possessing a major centerpiece in Joel Embiid, you know, Clax has not seemed intimidated one bit. Royce, Kyrie, after the Sixers missed. Clax with the take and the make. Excellent reverse. And I don't know how he got that angle to work, but he is single-handedly keeping us in this game offensively. And that was a tough take with the left hand, and then the little dipsy-do. And he got the little roll. It was a nice little soft touch. And Clax is playing like a fucking all-star. Let's have a look at the box score. You can see Embiid's got 20, and he's the high man for the Sixers. And look, if we're going to get back in this game, we need to get the ball out of Embiid's hands, I do think. But at the same time, we've defended him pretty well. Well, let's actually have a look. Well, Maxi's got 16. Their shooting is still lights out. It has not dipped from the first half. We are still shooting the ball well. It's the turnovers and also the rebounding, I would say. We've had 12 turnovers, and that's been exponentially growing. The Sixers have only had 4. That is where the problem lies at the moment. They're getting more possessions off of that. They've hit threes at a very good rate. Rebounding number is pretty even. I wouldn't argue that's the point of difference in this game. But Kyrie's got 21. Clax, bro. Embiid is 20 and 7. Clax has got 20 and 9. Shooting 90%. I mean, that is... If that doesn't scream 1-2 punch, like, I don't know what does. Kyrie's been really good distributing the ball. Obviously, plenty of double teams and triple teams for him in this game. But he's done well to, you know, find the open man. And, you know, that's what we're saying with the 1-2 punch. Clax has often been on the end of those passes by Kyrie. So, 21 to Kyrie, 20 to Clax, and 16 to Seth, but we need more players to, you know, fill the gap, or fill the void, because, you know, you see the Sixers, they've got 5 players in double figures, and we've only got 3. We're going to need to see more. Defensively, we're going to need to see more. We've done much better in this third quarter. You know, they scored 75 in the opening, but yeah. 75 in the opening, 2 quarters, and you know, we've only conceded 21 in this quarter. The problem is we have also been outscored even despite this, you know, much better defensive, performance in the third quarter. It's been offset by us not being able to shoot the ball half the time and turning the ball over and this and that. It's been a bit of a pain in the ass. Gee, Royce, this season, 10 points in 4 of 4 in the final minute of the game with the score 3 points or less. So in the clutch, Royce has been class. KD and Kyrie with 16 apiece in the same situation, but Royce has been fairly underrated in clutch situations, scenarios. So this is a big 3.5 minutes. If we can go on a late quarter run, who knows? Melton, tough 3 on Seth Curry. That's off. That's a good defensive possession. I'm going to live with that every day of the week. Ben, Seth Curry. And these are a big 3 minutes without your boy on the floor, Kyrie Irving. Seth Curry, picked up heavily by Melton. He had him in the air, and he scored the 2-pointer on the wing, and the lead's down to 11. A little 6-0 run. We're shooting 73% on the quarter, and we still have only outscored the Sixers by 1 because of those turnovers. Still playing... It looks like we're playing a 2-3 zone now. We've got Morris in the game. Embiid... Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Where's the fucking foul, dude? Oh, you can't be serious, Ben. That is the dumbest foul to give away. A light brush of the elbow. You can't be doing that. Embiid would have missed that as well. So 2 shots for Embiid, and he makes number 1. That is so infuriating. When you're going on a late quarter run, you need to be getting stops, and you can't be doing soft fouls like that. It's basically the equivalent of doing like a, you know, trying to strip, you know, a 6'10" guy of the ball when you're 6'1". Like, we know how it ends. 2 + 1. So, with 2:52 to play, the best part of, you know, 3 minutes to play in this third quarter, we need to go on a run. Seth Curry, acceleration, and he scores off the window for 2, the little scoop at the hoop, and it is an 11-point game yet again. So we've made inroads, but only marginally by 1. Thibault in the corner, he missed it, and now Royce to Seth. Let's go on a run. If there's going to be a time we do it, it's probably now. Seth Curry, the cross, lost the ball, and fucking of course we lost the ball. Embiid is held up, and now to the corner for Maxi. Morris is a traffic cone, and there's going to be a foul on the floor, but it will be shots anyway, because they are in the bonus. And that has been the case for about 5 or so minutes, so this is killing us. The fouls are killing us. Joe with 5 fouls halfway through the third quarter really sums it up for me. And Maxi going to shoot a couple, and he's probably a pretty good free throw shooter. The first one is good. And with the make, they can exceed 100. Final 2 minutes, we need to see an 8-0 run. Montrezl Harrell's in, so as far as I'm concerned, Maxi is holding up the second unit. If you can stop Maxi, you can probably stop this bench. Second free throw is good. So, 13-point game. We've actually been outscored by 1 this quarter, despite the defensive improvements. And, yeah, I don't really have many more words. Seth Curry's got the ball here. Gonna drive. Ben with the alley-oop dunk. And he scores for 2. So, excellent find by Seth Curry. He attracted 2 defenders. A little bit of miscommunication. We're playing a 3-2 zone with Morris on the floor. Maxi to Niang. Gets through, and the push shot is short. Rebound, Morris. And now Seth Curry going to get it to Ben. 1:35 to play. He's got to drive it. Bounce past Curry. Drive. Maneuvers through, and missed it. We're going to get shots. And it looked like it was going to be a possession that came up empty, but we're going to get shots instead for Curry. And at this point in time, the 3-2 zone seems to be somewhat working. I mean, they're obviously playing their entire bench, the Sixers, but Curry's first free throw is good. And look, if we can get it to single digits in the last quarter, do I have faith that we can potentially, you know, claw ourselves back into this contest? Maybe. Curry is good on the second. He got the bounce, and it's a 9-point game with 90 seconds to play in this third quarter. Maxi on the outside. High screen. Milton gets through. Kick out to Niang in the corner. Goes baseline. Kick out to Maxi. Well covered, but Milton is wide open. He missed the 3. And we got to stop. It probably shouldn't have been, but we got it. Curry going to drive again. And he missed the fucking layup. Excellent work. There's no way you've called a foul for that. He fucking stood there and Maxi ran into him. That's a joke. No way. Oh, you can't be fucking serious. That's a foul. A blocking foul, man. Oh my life, dude. If Seth Curry made that layup on the other end, and then we don't get a foul on this side, well, it would have been a hell of a lot different going into the last quarter. But right now, it's sitting at a double figure deficit, and we're gonna have a fair bit of work to do in the last quarter. But 101.91, one free throw to go, and it's good. So they have really punished at the line. They've shot it insanely well from there. Let me just realign this clock a little bit. We got Seth Curry. Bounce past Ben. Kick out Utah. Got to score it. Got it! Big, big three for Utah. And the game is down to an 8-point margin. Get a stop, and then we score. They got to go 2 for 1, you would think. Niang gets through. Thibault, top of the key. It was a gamble, and look, 50% chance he's making it, 50% chance he's not, because Thibault is very hit or miss from there. Royce bounce past Ben. Past the Utah, shoots a mid-range, and knocked it down. That's good, shot creation by Utah. Created a little bit of space off the ball, lost his man, and scored the wide-open midi. So it's a 9-point game. Get a stop here, and we have a ball game, I feel. Maxi gets through. What the fuck? You gotta watch the backdoor cut, man. That is fucking shit. So Ben is gonna get it with 3, 2, 1. Got it! +1! Ben! Yes! Let's go, Ben! And they're going to check probably to see if he got it off in time. Oh, yep, he got it off just in time. He had about 0.3 to get it off, and Ben did exceptionally well there. And look, Ben, I mean, that's... Well done. Well done, Ben. Initiated the contact. Just took a fucking full steam ahead. And, well, he's going to get a free throw as well. So, Ben has had a big offensive quarter. And I didn't think I would be saying that. But he scored, I think, 8 this quarter. So, it's going to be shots. Okay, so we've got 0.7 for Philly to get a shot off, and I don't think they're going to get one off. So it'll be a free throw for Ben. Odds are he'll probably miss it, and, well, we won't have any form of action, at the end of the quarter. No one will even get their hands on it. Ben, it rattles out, and it's going to be the end of the quarter. So we're down 9. And look, it's a ball game, but you gotta fucking hold them under 130 first. That is step 1. Every single quarter this game, we've conceded 30 or more. Now, this is some news you're probably not expecting. Ben Simmons in that quarter scored 10 points. Ben Simmons scored 10 points in a damn quarter. Ladies and gentlemen. And that was in a quarter where Kyrie couldn't get a shot off because, simply put, he didn't have the space to do it. So now we get, the responsibilities handed across to, the role players, man. They've got to get this one done. And I feel like I'm bleeding. I think I'm bleeding. Shit. But yeah, in this last quarter, I can't stress the importance of the role players. They need to step up from the get-go. the 10-point mark. We might just win this according to past markers. Well, it's definitely not out of reach. But Kyrie, Clax, Royce is going to have to play a big role. I can sense he may have to hit a couple of clutch threes down the stretch. And Ben, man, he scored 10 in the quarter. And I feel like he could be an unlikely source of offense in the last quarter. As insane as that may sound, I mean, I got no idea what this last quarter is going to hold. But with, the majority of this game, we have had no answers. Now, in this last quarter, if we can get stops, which we did get at the back end of the quarter, then we may have a ball game. Oh, man. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support and also subscribe if you are new to the show. We're pushing towards 900 subs, so if you want to become a part of, these little watch-along experiences, then make sure to subscribe so you're notified when I go live. The next time will be in about 24 hours' time where we play Detroit at home, I do believe. So, there won't be a big, amount of commute in order to get back to the Barclays Center because Philly is obviously very, very close, basically neighboring the city of New York, I do believe. I obviously have no clue about American geography, but, yeah. So, 29 wins, 17 losses. We are half a game back from Milwaukee and a full game back from Philly. If we win tonight, we tie the Sixers for the, the same record. And same with Milwaukee. There'll be 3 teams on the, 30 wins and 17 losses. So, I mean, big quarter incoming, but, we usually get a gauge of how we're going to play the last quarter based off of how we started. Kyrie is on the floor, which indicates he's probably playing, 10 to 11 minutes of this last quarter. Curry picks up his dribble. Utah into the paint. Push shot is off. He tried to go for a rebound. He didn't get the rebound. And it now is Maxey with the ball, who pulls up for a mid-range, and that is far too easy, but a miss. And, we're going to need to get a couple lucky breaks like that. Ben gets through and got rid of Montrezl Harrell, and the lead's back to 7. Go, Ben. And that's the last couple possessions he's been able to do that. Just, basically gets into a little bit of slow-mo and is able to, get rid of the defender and score an easy layup. Utah with the block! 4.1 to shoot, and a miss would cut, would allow us to have an opportunity of cutting the deficit down to a 2-possession game. 4.1 a shoot, and let's have a look. And what's going to happen? It's an inbound to Harden at the corner. He missed it. Go, Ben. Push the pace. He takes it. And he holds the play up. He's going to back down Niang. He's going to continue to back him down. He's got... Oh, for fuck's sake, Ben. Oh, my God. Did he just get a technical? Oh, fucking course he did. Ben, come on, dude. You can't be fucking doing that. Oh, that is soft though. At the same fucking time, that is a joke, dude, man. A light shove is considered a technical these days. It's unnecessary. He shouldn't have fucking done it, but at the same time, we're getting a couple of fuck Ben Simmons chants, but that's just an unforgivable point you cannot afford to give away. And that could potentially swing the game. First you turn the ball over via a travel and then that rubbish. But then we've got an offensive foul. Niang with the moving screen. So, you know, in games gone by, Niang has actually torched us. But that time, Niang has... Well, this game, Niang has had no offensive impact at all. So, it's Curry. Morris going to drive on Harden. Pull up for a mid-range and knock it down. So, the lead is down to 6. And it's a 2-possession game. We're playing a 3-2 zone again. And it's Harden picked up by Utah at the top of the key. High screen set by Tobias. He's got it here. 1-on-1. Cross. Mid-range. 2. He's got it. Fucking hell. That was decent defense by Utah. He couldn't have played that one much better. But it's just a little bit of offensive craft there by Tobias. And so Seth Curry now on the outside. Picked up by Tobias Harris. Curry going to drive. Pull up for the mid-range. He missed it. Where was the foul? He didn't get it. Morris. Utah. Splash. Nope. Fuck. I shouldn't have called it. Jinx. And now Tobias Harris going to drive on Utah. Got fucking... Oh, you can't be serious, dude. Utah just got absolutely removed. And Tobias scores. But is that not a fucking push-off? Oh, you can't be fucking serious. Where's the... Did he not fucking extend the arm there? I could be tripping. But... is what it is. Alright, it's a 10-point game. Oh, well. Is what it is. So we've got a challenge on the blocking foul. Jacques Vaughn has decided, let's challenge this. We've got nothing to lose. Well, it's a big call if it swings our way, but I think they're going to look for an offensive charge. Oh, wow. Kevin Durant actually posted on his Twitter, at this rate, the game will finish by midnight. Sources say Nets World. Fair enough. He's not wrong. So, there's so much trash talk. Kevin Durant apparently said on his Twitter, yeah, he said, "Damn, I miss talking shit to Joel Montrez," and then he proceeded to say when Joel Embiid, I don't know what celebration he's referring to, but he just said trash celebration at Joel Embiid. So a little bit of trash talk going on behind the scenes there, but yeah. KD's definitely paying attention to this game, I have to say. Niang literally screamed in his face though, WTF. So it should be a double tech. Well, clearly we know from past situations that it's always the retaliator that gets pinged. It's always the dude that responds that gets done in. Oh well. Oh well, what are you gonna do? If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support and subscribe to the show if you're new. We're closing in on 900. We're back here tomorrow for Nets versus Pistons. Should be a lot easier than the game today. I really think Clax should be an all-star. Well, I just think there's too many good, I just think there's too many good centers. Simply put. It's a tough pull to, break through. Joel Embiid has been properly tested by Clax, though. I love this, because in past years, we're getting, it's a clear one-sided victory. Like, I feel like that was an offensive foul. Was that not a fucking push-off? It was a little bit of an elbow thrust there, but oh well. We're just going to have to do things the hard way. It is an 11-point game. The 3-point play was completed by Tobias Harris. 113-102. And now Kyrie on the perimeter. Picked up by Melton. The switch. Ben. Oh, Ben, you got to be fucking awake. Utah in the corner. He's off. You got to knock down those threes. And I said Royce is probably going to need to knock down some clutch threes. But we talked about other role players. Utah's got to hit those. Maxey is wide open. What the fuck was that defense? Who the fuck was there? And that's an 8-0 run by the Sixers, just like that. That is atrocious. They should chuck an OKC. Claxton Ben drives to the basket, shoot or kick out for threes, a barrage of drives. Well, that is what happens when you play zone. You challenge the opposition to shoot threes, but you've still got to be active. I don't know who was on that side where Maxey was, but Morris, where's Clax? That's a very good point. To be fair, we were making a bit of a late quarter run with Morris in the game. 2 minutes ago, we were like, oh, we're back in the contest. It's 108-102. And then they go on an 8-0 run. So, like, continuously, I have to say that we need to get stops to win this game. And simple 8-0 runs like that is just fucking careless. It's so dumb. Like, the way we conceded those eight or so points. Like, I'm not having it. But, like, Ben has just got to not give a crap. He's just got to take it into the paint without hesitation. Because in the third quarter, he seriously looked decent offensively. Alrighty. Oh man, I think the game, I don't know if it's over. Sounds like a fun game to watch. Well, it is. There's a lot of shit happening, a lot of trash talking, the crowd's electric. Can't really complain, but alright. So we scored, what, the first 4? Cut the lead down to 6. And, yeah. So, Harden and Embiid have got technicals. Clax and Ben have got technicals. Would you be crazy to just, like, sacrifice Clax and Ben to see if you can bait Harden and Embiid into getting a second technical? Alright, so 116, 102. This has just been purely offense this game. Surely Clax is back in the game. Yep, he is. So is Embiid, so that makes things very difficult. Joe's in on 5 fouls. 1 offensive foul and he's done. Joe's going to get it here. Shoots a 3. And he got it. And that's really going to help. We need Joe to hit a lot of those threes. Maxey, Embiid, back into the 3-2 zone. Harden. Excellent work by Seth Curry. They try to find Embiid in the middle. Kyrie, alley-oop, Utah! Utah with the alley-oop dunk, and the lead is back down to single figures. And that was a really careless turnover to give away. Tobias Harris into the paint. He missed the layup. And Joe with a strong rebound. Clax was there with the defensive presence. Utah, good hesitation. Pass to the corner. Seth has got it. And the lead's down. And just like the Sixers were able to blow the lead out in 1 minute, we have immediately brought the lead back to where it was 2 minutes ago. Just as quickly as a lead can blow up, a lead can diminish. And we've done exactly that. And it's on the back of turnovers and forcing misses. And all of a sudden, we're once again back in the contest. There was a strong rebound by Joe Harris. We got it ahead. It was like a 5-on-3. And Utah with the extra feed to Seth in the corner. And he did not disappoint. And so, yet again, it is another swing. And I tell you what a seesawing contest. Man, I wish I was watching this. Well, yeah, it's probably a game you don't want to miss. I mean, it's on national TV, so national TV, KO, wherever the hell you can watch it. It's there for you. It's on ESPN, I think. So, ESPN or TNT. So, it's definitely not disappointing in terms of, being on the national stage. So we've had comeback wins from 17 down, 18 down, 19 down. We trailed by 17 at some stage tonight. We trailed by 14 about a minute ago. So with the lead down to 6, this is more than manageable. We get a couple stops, and all of a sudden, it's a one-possession game. If we can make. And once again, there's a foul. Clax picks up the foul on Embiid in the post, and it's going to be the side out. I don't know how many fouls we've had in the quarter, but the less, the better. So Clax. We have an inbounded pass. Harden. 3-2 zone. Once again, Harden. Corner. Melton. Embiid is going to try get into the paint. Embiid shoots a 3 instead, and he missed it. And here we go. It rattles out. And now Kyrie. So 5 on the floor for the Nets. Kyrie, Clax. Oh, of course. It's a foul on the floor. I think Melton was the man. Kyrie knocked down the 3 after the whistle. That would have been a big shot. And it would have, gotten this run out to 11. We have Utah, Joe, and Seth, the shooters around Kyrie and Clax. So this is a decent lineup that's making a run. Joe's got it here. He doesn't shoot the 3. That was never on. Clax, screen by Tobias. Joe again. He missed it. Utah surely got a... Oh my god, that's fucking bullshit. Did he not get fouled on the offensive board there? Harden. He's going to slow the play down. It's a 4-on-5. Maxey. 3 over Clax. It's off. Melton with the board. And of course, Melton with the fucking make. That's rubbish. I thought Utah got fouled on the other side. Kyrie gets into the paint. Shoots for 2. And he airballed it. Excellent defense. They are pushing the pace so fast. Melton for 3. He missed it. And we're very, very lucky because more often than not, given Melton had not missed a shot in the first half, you would have backed him in to hit that. Seth Curry into the paint. The push shot is good. And a bit of touch and feel there, but he was able to knock it down and the lead's back down to 6. We stay within this range and I'm content. I don't know if you bring Royce or Ben back in. You may bring Ben back in late. It's going to be interesting to see if Hacker Clax is employed. Joe is under the basket with Embiid. And of course, we have another fucking foul. Embiid is an absolute clown. The theatrics are ridiculous. Yes, we can see you're getting fouled. You don't need to flail your arms. And Joe is gone. I just realized. Joe is gone. And look, I feel like that's a foul you've got to be willing to take. But how was Joe ended up on Embiid there? If we're playing the zone, that's a bit fucked, to be honest. Like, oh, it's such a cheesy way to draw a foul by a lockup. So, Royce is back in. Clax is guarding Embiid in the post. Embiid backs him down. Clax, good defense. He got blocked. Embiid 2 to shoot. How is that a foul, dude? Are you serious? Oh my life. Clax has got him in prison, bro. First the block and then Utah. You don't reach in with 1 to shoot. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Just low IQ plays, dude. Oh, my life. Clax is putting Embiid in prison, bro. Even so, we're only down 8, but you can't be fucking serious. That's a 4-point swing right there. If you just stand in the way, you didn't need to reach. Curry, good ball fake. He passed it away instead to Kyrie. And now the high screen by Clax. Kyrie bounced past Clax. Oh my god, Harden nearly got put on a fucking poster. Clax will shoot a couple free throws. And that was a sensible foul to give away if you're James Harden, but Clax yet again making the right plays. Excellent cut to the basket after Kyrie attracted 2, and Kyrie doing well to facilitate the offense there. So 2 shots for Clax, and he's got to make these free throws at the line. The first free throw is good. That's what we like to see. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support as well. And subscribe if you're new. We're back in 24 hours for more Nets basketball. Clack's going to shoot 1 more. And he, once again, cannot make 2 free throws at the line for his life. Tobias Harris now on the outside. That has to be an offensive foul. And is Joel Embiid, you absolute clown. Flail your arms some more, mate. Flail your arms some more. Like, bro, just... He has to be probably my most hated player in the entire league. I hate his guts. Kyrie, foul and 2 shots. He initiated the contact there. He had Melton on his back shoulder and was able to get a shot up, so it will be 2 shots. This is why Joel isn't better than Jokic. Well, Clax has just put him in prison, as I've said. You know? Even Ben's put him in the penitentiary. Like proper. If we win this game, you already know that meme is going to re-emerge out of slumber. But these free throws are helping us here. We're cutting the deficit without any time being taken off the clock. And in a game where, you know, offense is a big thing, or defense is a big thing in a game that's entirely fueled by offense, you know, you got to knock down those shots, man. They're easy looks. So Maxi, picked up by Utah. We're playing an interesting, I don't know what this zone is. It's a 2-3 zone, it feels like. Uh-oh. Embiid in the paint on Royce. Box out. We get the board. Clack secures the long rebound. And now Seth Curry. We can get it down to a 1-possession game here. Seth Curry gonna drive. Bring it back out. Shoots the midi. Got it! And it's down to a 1-possession game, people. 1 possession. If we had KD, this would have been a blowout. Well, we can make assumptions all we want. Last time we had KD and we played the Sixers without Harden and what's his name, James? Yeah, Harden and Embiid. We lost significantly. So, look. Mate. I mean, you can't make assumptions because it's a completely different scenario. And it really depends on which Philly rocks up, which Brooklyn rocks up. Irving is clutch. The Sixers get nervy towards the end. Lol, what's the meme? Oh, it's just the, no, it's just like, you know how people, like, just get fucking text and they get a random image and make a meme out of it. It's basically like you just got put in the penitentiary and it's just got an image of Ben and Clax. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to explain. I probably should get it up. Yeah. If we'd... Yeah, wait, I just read that. We play decent offense despite being without KD. Our defense in the zone needs to move more. It's... Let me guess, Doc Rivers called a timeout? Yeah. Timeout called. I'm not looking at the box score. We'll look at that at the end. And it's a one-possession game, people. We were down 14 about 5 minutes ago, if we're talking about game minutes. Harden's got it on the perimeter. The switch sees Clax on him. To the corner for Melton. Clax gets in the paint. Harden, the spin, the travel! And we got it! We can tie the game. We can take the lead. You run with this lineup the rest of the way. Defense. We've got Royce, Seth, Kyrie, Clax, and Utah on the floor. They have put in a shift to get this lead down. Seth for three. Got it! He's got it! It's tied up against his former side. I lost my voice last night. And look, it's going to have to hold itself up for the final 4 minutes because we've got a lot of big moments incoming. Harden, three in response. Fucking hell, that's a big three he makes there. Oh my goodness. Seth Curry has really stood up in this game, man. And Kyrie's gone missing. Seth gonna shoot it again. He's doubled. Corner for Utah. Pass the Clax. In the post. Spin. Hook shot. Off the window! Where's the foul? And Embiid got no answer. Clax with the excellent post moves. And now with 3 minutes to play, it's down to a 1-point game. We've got to now get over the hump. Harden. One-on-one with Seth Curry. Top of the key. Isolation. Three. Oh my fucking god. How did he make that? Why? 2-possession game. It's rubbish offense. Let's be honest. Oh, James Harden. Excellent defense. They're active hands on Kyrie. And with 2:50 left, we need to stop. Stop. Harden, drive and kick. Embiid, top of the key. He's got a world of space and he missed it. Rebound nets. Kyrie in transition. Stops. Royce back to Kyrie and now Curry. Doesn't move the pivot foot. He calls for the screen. Oh my god. He's cooking. Three. Oh, what are you doing? That is not the shot. Harden gets it ahead. It's a 2-on-1. Harris missed the layup. Putback is good. And we're going to have to call a timeout with 2:18, 2:17. And the Sixers have gone on a little 8-2 run. Yes, an 8-2 run in quick time. And that was a good timeout. We needed that. So, look. I mean, I understand running with the hot hand and you know, calling for Seth Curry to hit some big shots. But where's Kyrie, man? Where's Kyrie, dude? Where is Kyrie? James Harden with 3 big possessions. First, you know, a couple 3-pointers. And then, you know, on the other end defensively, knocks the ball out of Kyrie's hands. They break out in transition and a score for 2. So, Harden stood up late game. Embiid, not so much. He's been pretty non-existent, I have to say. But we're going to need to score 6. We're going to have to go on a late quarter run. And do I back us in to do it? Yeah, probably. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, I've just got to relax, don't I? It's a 6-point game. The good thing is I'm less anxious because now we have to chase the game. We're chasing the game as opposed to having to hold a team off. Alright, I may have to employ the stop chant, people. If you're new around here to the streams, the stop chant is certified to create stops. I just spam the word stop. Shit, we're back. Kyrie, drive. Shoots over Embiid. He got it for 2. And the lead's down to 4. Now the stop chant is employed. I'm going to spam it. Stop. 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 It's a 2-3 zone. Stop. 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 He's off. No! We didn't get the board, and Maxi hits the 3. Are you serious? Oh, that's rubbish. Dude. Oh, my life, Kyrie to respond. He got it. Oh, my God, my freaking heart. This is ridiculous. And Kyrie cancels out that 3-pointer, but it didn't need to happen in the first place, did it? We need to stop. Stop. Stop and get the rebound. Stop. 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 Clacks on him. Turnover! Get it to Clacks! Run! Dunk! Got it! Excellent defense. It works. The chant fucking works. Come on! Stop! 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 Oh, for fuck's sake, they're in the bonus. Embiid hurt himself going for an over-exaggerated dunk attempt after the foul. 51.6 to play. Look, we didn't concede points, but it's going to go into the bonus. And Clack's just basically, like... I mean, it's always going to be difficult. I love how we've now got the chat heavily involved with the stop chant. I don't need to change the stop chant. I think the stop chant only works with field goal attempts. So Embiid shooting. Wait, will it work on the free throws? Stop. 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 Okay, nah. It's not going to work. It's only good with free throws. Come on, fellas. The game is not over. As seen by that turnover that we forced a couple possessions ago. 5 seconds, you get an easy 2. Okay. Embiid to get it to a 2-possession game. He got it. Okay, it's not over yet, but we need to get a bucket. 51.6 to play. Kyrie picks up the ball. Behind the back. Drive. Gets through. Oh, the dipsy-do! Oh, that is ridiculous, the layup package. And now we need to stop. 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 Please stop. 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 Shit! Oh, for God's sake. That's what happens when you get Royce on him. For fuck's sake, Kyrie, is he going to shoot a 3? He is. Oh, why would you not call a fucking... Oh my God, that is so brain dead. Why did we not call a timeout there? Actually, no, that's probably a good idea we didn't call a timeout. We're going to get the ball, though. We're going to get the ball. We got 14.7. It is not over yet. We need to score a quick bucket and then foul. So, I don't know what play we've drawn up because we sure as hell haven't had a timeout for 15 minutes, so... Alrighty. And my voice is gone, so this really doesn't help the cause, but... 135, 131. We're going to try free up Kyrie. Got to get it to him. Utah. Layup. Quick layup. Quick layup is good. And now, we've got a timeout. And Doc Rivers doesn't seem happy by the defense from that inbounds. Utah was able to get it off in 1 second. And that is so valuable because you send a Sixer to the line. Obviously, they have time to inbound it. They have 2 timeouts in hand, so if it doesn't go right the first time, they can get it right the second time. But that said, yeah, they can also bring in their best free throw shooter. So we've just got to. I think our best chance of winning this game is trying to force a 5-second violation. The situation is this: 13.5 seconds to play. The lead is 2. The Sixers have the ball. They have used one of their final 2 timeouts. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support and like the show. Subscribe if you are new. We've got another Nets watch along tomorrow. So make sure to tune in for that, because hopefully it's as eventful as this one. But I'll tell you what, win or loss, once again, it has been, another period of adversity. It's been another situation where we've faced a large deficit. We've got a feral crowd to deal with. We've got, obviously a full strength Philadelphia team to contend with. Like, fair play to us being able to, go toe to toe. Here we go. We've got to get it in. They got to get it in. They got to get it in. They get it in. And it's a foul on Melton. And I have to say, that was very close to being a 5-second call. Oh, Seth was very close as well to getting a hand on it, but it's going to be shots for Melton at the free throw line. And he's got to make both. If he misses one, we've got chances. He makes number 1, though. They've been exceptional. They've been clinical at the free throw line, but they're going to get Morrison for rebounding. And they're also... Yeah, that's it. Seth Curry is on the bench. We're going to definitely use a timeout then. And he made the second. And it makes things very difficult now because we're using our final timeout. We're probably going to have to shoot a 3. Because, time is going to be against us. We don't have any more timeouts after this one. So you've got to make a 3 quickly. You've got to foul quickly. And then, make or miss for the Sixers, we're going to have to take it the length of the court. So, look. Alrighty. Let's see what these final 12 seconds hold. If the way this game has gone has taught us anything, it's that we could be here till midnight. So we've got to make a 3. We've got to make a 3. It's really that simple. Those who are in the chat right now, thank you for tuning in to this one. It's been eventful. It's been emotionally driven. As is the case with every one of my streams. I don't hold back. I'm authentic. The way I react here is basically how I always react. If I was on camera, if I was off camera, I'd be reacting the exact same way to every single Nets game. Alrighty. So 137, 133. We need a 3. We've got no Joe Harris. He fouled out probably halfway through the last. We got Kyrie, Royce, Clax, Utah, and Seth. And we have a little bit of talk between Matisse and Kyrie. A bit of a lock-up. Imagine if they called a technical. The scenes if that happened. Because he makes the technical and then... obviously we made the 3. But Kyrie is probably the man you get it to. Oh, what are we doing? Oh my god, that is so dumb. Was that fucking the play? That's it. How was that the play out of the timeout? That is brain dead. Well, that's it. And the final score's 137-133, but I can't help but think, what the fuck was that? We went for a pass. Yeah, Royce decided to go for an alley-oop pass to Clax. Down 4 with 12 seconds left. You can't be serious. Why would you do that? That is... Even if you made it, you still have to rely on them missing 2 more free throws and you have to take it the length. That's basically all I can say. That's literally how it went. We passed it straight to them. Like, logically, that didn't make any sense because you had no timeouts left. But overall, the game was playoff caliber. Offensively, like, it was back and forth. We got close. We tied the game up. But what we've been good at this season is closing out games that are close. Well, this time round, it wasn't to be. And sometimes that's just the way it is. Yeah, so, you know, what can you do? All you can do is just move forward and worry about the next game. I didn't expect us to win this game, but I'm very proud of the folks for scoring 133 points despite not having Kevin Durant. I can tell you this, Kevin Durant would have been excellent help on the defensive side, but that said, you know, it is what it is. The game's over, you can't change anything. We look at the box score now, and you can see that, well, we got 25 from Clax again. That is the 3rd game in a row Clax has gone ahead and scored 25. 25 and 11 in this game against Joel Embiid. I cannot recall the last time, you know, we had a center that could play like this against Joel Embiid. And there's always been question marks about whether Clax can do this. And granted, we didn't see it in the first meeting because Embiid wasn't playing. James Harden clutch won that for them. Yeah, so those 2 3-pointers that Harden made are the most typical Harden 3-pointers. You think of the trademark step-back 3, and ultimately those 2 threes and the steal that he got in 3 consecutive possessions was the difference, ultimately. Kyrie scored 30 on 15 shots. That's probably the most efficient game he's had all year, in the 10 dimes. So that was excellent work by him. And yeah, Clax, as I said, I can't really complain. He had 2 blocks, so that means the run of games with 3 or more ends there. Overall, though, yeah, Royce with 4 turnovers, that's not great. Ben with a negative 16 plus minus, but his 3rd quarter was really good. He scored 10 of his 12 there, but overall, I feel like, well, Utah had a pretty good game. Seth Curry off the bench, though, 32 points, bro. 32 points on excellent shooting splits. Overall, we shot the ball excellently well. 29 dimes in the game as well, but ultimately, I think for me, it was the turnovers and the rebounding number. You can see 16 turnovers ain't going to cut it. We only had 31 rebounds on the night to 36, so not really a rebounding type game because of all those shots being made, but Philly only had 9 turnovers, and you look at the free throw number, you can see that they had 36. What did we have? 27. So that was part of the difference. But they also had 6 more shots. So I guess you could put it down to that. There's a couple factors you could, you know, argue your point for in terms of why Philly won this game. But a lot of positive signs in terms of Seth Curry scoring 32. I mean, the problem with that is we probably should have capitalized. I don't know how many times he's going to do that this year. But is what it is, I guess. Yeah, he stood up big time, though, because Joe couldn't actually get really any minutes on the floor. He had 6 personal fouls in only 20 minutes. So Joe was on the bench a lot due to, simply put, not being able to stay out of foul trouble. So it is what it is. We look at Philly's box score, and you can see that Embiid shot 6 of 18 from the floor. And, well, as I said, you can put that down to 2 players, and that's number 1, Clax, and number 2, Ben. Ben on the switches was exceptional. Every single time Clax had to guard Harden on the outside, and we switched on the pick and roll, Ben was there to cover. James Harden, some big threes late. I did say at halftime, let's see if we can give James Harden some more shots, but ultimately he actually punished us in the end, so that call doesn't age well. Melton with a handy 19, Embiid with 26, and Tobias Harris with 18 as well. A pretty quiet 18 points And the high man, ultimately, Maxi had 27, so there you go. They hit some big threes late, and that was probably the difference there. And they shot the ball well, but we got that percentage down, as was the case in the last game with Golden State. But wasn't to be. What Embiid had 13 free throws. But overall, I can't fault this performance. I didn't expect us to be in this game. We conceded 137, and that would usually be considered a bad thing, because it probably is. But offensively, scoring 133 yet again goes to show that there are players that are willing to step up and score, when required. Such as Seth Curry tonight, and Utah scored. He picked up the pace in the second half. He was a part of that, closing lineup in the last quarter. He hadn't gotten many minutes until that point, but he really stood up there. He was a team high plus 18 in only 25 minutes or something. So he was a part of that group that made inroads. And if we look at the starting lineup, somehow Royce was the only guy in the positive. I don't know how that's happened, but overall is what it is. We lost, but what do you want me to say? We just have to move forward. We've got the Pistons tomorrow. If you want to tune in for that, we will be here. But yeah, there's a bit of work to do, but I definitely think it's going to be a much easier matchup than obviously tonight's matchup. So yeah, good work. That'll do it though. We'll see you soon. Have a good one, and goodbye.